What is fair recruitment? Every year, millions of workers and employers rely on the services of public and private recruitment agencies to match job seekers with jobs. Despite the existence of international labour standards relating to recruitment, many of these workers, particularly migrant workers, face exploitation and abuse during this process. Similarly, businesses face difficulties in filling their labour market needs with workers with the right set of skills and in a timely manner. A recruitment process is only fair when workers are recruited into decent work and do not pay recruitment fees or related costs, face risk of debt bondage, experience deception with regards to contracts, working and living conditions, face threats, abuse and violence, have restricted freedom of movement and their passports retained. A recruitment process is only fair when governments adopt, effectively implement and monitor appropriate regulatory frameworks in line with ILO standards and the general principles and operational guidelines for fair recruitment, bilateral or regional agreements, grievance mechanisms. A recruitment process is only fair when employers and recruitment agencies respect laws and practices and conduct due diligence along their operations and supply chains, enjoy a stable business environment through clear regulations and appropriate government oversight, have access to information and guidance on aligning their practices to applicable international labour standards, national regulations and voluntary industry standards, operate within procedures and frameworks that prevent corruption and bribery, adopt clear policies and guidelines for recruitment of workers and effective grievances mechanism. What is the Fair Recruitment Initiative? The Fair Recruitment Initiative was launched in 2014 as part of the ILO Director General's call for a fair migration agenda to protect workers from abuse and exploitation, while also responding to labour market needs. The 2021-2025 Fair Recruitment Initiative Strategy, Phase 2, aims to extend and deepen its scope through the following 4 pillars. Pillar 1. Enhancing the generation of global knowledge on national and international recruitment processes. Pillar 2. Improving laws, policies and enforcement to promote fair recruitment to support governments with the implementation of global guidance for fair recruitment. Pillar 3. Promoting fair business practices to ensure the implementation of fairer, safer and more effective recruitment practice in the private sector. Pillar 4. Empowering and protecting workers to increase the capacity of workers' organizations to improve their outreach. Why is the promotion of fair recruitment practices for national and migrant workers a major agenda in Africa? Unfair recruitment practices are widespread across Africa and are perpetrated by formal and informal recruiters alike. Unfair recruitment practices are often associated with the exacerbation of both vulnerability and decent work deficits in employment. The launch of the Fair Recruitment Initiative in Africa in March 2022, followed by the consultations for the development of an Africa Fair Recruitment Strategy, reiterate the commitment of ILO, its constituents and partners such as the African Union Commission, to promote fair business recruitment practices and protect African workers' rights. The ILO's work and priorities on fair recruitment in Africa, guided by the 4 pillars of the FRI, ensure that recruitment practices nationally and across borders are grounded in labour standards, developed through social dialogue, and ensure gender equality. Over the years, several African countries and social partners have strengthened their role and contribution towards 1. Promotion of business cases for fair recruitment. 2. Protection of workers' rights through representation and social dialogue, policy advocacy and service provisions. Amendments to recruitment regulations, self-regulatory industry code of conducts, ratification of Convention 181 and piloting SDG 10.7.1 on measuring recruitment costs for migrant workers. Making recruitment fairer in Africa means, among others, 1. Developing and implementing labour migration policies and closing the gap between policy on paper and policy in practice on labour migration. 2. Supporting organising of migrant workers and participation in social dialogue. 3. Regulating the activities of private employment agencies. 4. Promoting effective labour inspection. 5. Eliminating recruitment fees and related costs borne by workers. 6. Reducing the costs of labour migration and ensuring that recruited migrant workers enjoy their fundamental principles and rights at work. Stakeholders in Africa took pledges to make recruitment processes in Africa fairer. Now, more than ever, we need to move from intentions and rhetoric to concrete actions to make fair recruitment a reality in the continent. After the successful launch of the Fair Recruitment Initiative in Africa, ILO stands strong to assist constituents with its normative framework, relevant tools and technical assistance to build a brighter future for migrant workers in Africa. We will achieve that through innovation, coordination and action to accelerate change. And now ask yourself, what are you going to do to make fair recruitment a reality?